Today we are heading an hour north to Mount Pinos. The summit is 8,800 feet. It's the tallest peak in Kern County. And I live about an hour away from that. I also live about an hour away from the Pacific Ocean. So I have this awesome place right here where I live. I'm 45 minutes from the desert east. I'm about 50 minutes from an 8,800 foot peak north. And I'm about 55 minutes from the Pacific Ocean to the west. So you can't ask for more, especially if you're a photographer. Today we're gonna head up to the mountain. And what I'm looking for is I'm gonna look for some condors, eagles, some Stellars jays. About 4 months ago, I ran into some condors up there. I'll tell you that story when I'm out there on the path. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this 600mm Canon RF lens. We're gonna head up to the mountains and we're gonna go look for some birds. Well, we're hiking up Mount Pinos today. Most people come up this way for the astrophotography and the astronomy in the parking lot at the Nordic ski base. I'm up here to look for birds. I got my hiking buddy Paxton with me again. He's gonna help me find some birds up here. Predominantly we find Stellars jays, but I've seen some other awesome birds up here. Just look at these trees. How beautiful is this place? Now, of course, it's all uphill going because we're going to the top of the highest peak in Kern County, which is Mount Pinos. And at the top, you got a couple of meadows. When you get to those meadows, that's when you got the chance to see a condor. They release the condors up there, and one of the few places on Earth you can come and see condors. But I've only seen them up here once. And I've been up here many times, so I bring the big camera and the big lens always, just in case. If you want a hiking video without the hiker breathing so hard, you're gonna have to follow a YouTuber who's in better shape than me. I hike all the time, but I'm a big dude. Here's what I love about this trail. It's as beautiful a trail as you're ever gonna find. This is my third time on it now in 3 days. And I've seen 2 other people total in those 3 days. So if you come here during the week, the trail's yours. Right now we're probably around 8,400 to 8,500 feet. We're about a little more than a third of the way up to the top. But you see how we opened into this first meadow. Just beautiful. Now in this meadow is where you can find hawks. When you get to the meadow, you look at the top of the trees. The hawks sit at the top of the trees, and they've got this entire meadow that they can hunt from. So right here, we will start looking for hawks. You will know if I found any at the end of the video when I put all the bird photos up. Alright, so this is the first meadow that I was talking about. Straight up ahead you can see the second wooded area that we're going to go through. And we'll come out at a second meadow, which is a lot bigger. This is the small meadow. Alright, we're done with that first meadow. And we're coming back into the second forested area, but this is a little teeny one. This one separates the first meadow from the second meadow. Really not very long, but I do find a lot of birds in this little section here. All right, we're through the second forested area, and we're coming up on this second meadow, which is the big one. We're getting pretty close to the top of the mountain here. Now this meadow doesn't have a name, not that I know of. So I'm gonna name it Big Meadow. I know, very clever. I think when my brain is deprived of oxygen, I lose my ability to be clever. So, Big Meadow it is. And you'll see it better when I turn the corner up here. All right, now we're coming into the main part of Big Meadow. officially named by me about 2 minutes ago. Now here's what I love about this meadow. First of all, you see that satellite tower up there. That's actually the top of Mount Pinos. That's 8,800 feet right up there. We're probably not going to go there today because we're going to go to the Condor Lookout spot, which is just down the ways from there. I've been to the top of that many times, so I don't feel the need to do it. Now, I was able to just get a hawk photograph. Oh, there's a hawk right out there, it looks like. Hopefully he'll come over this way. I got one, it was pretty good. I'll throw that up at the end of the video as well. Now I've gotten some pictures of other birds as well, but I didn't stop to grab my cell phone. Instead I grabbed my big camera and got the photos I needed of the birds. So all of those will be coming up at the end. Now what's awesome about this spot right here, right over that hill, 2 condors flew straight at me one day. I didn't even know they were condors. I'm up here looking for hawks, so I wasn't that excited about it. I took 3 or 4 photographs real quick, and then I just assumed they were turkey vultures, so I quit taking their photos. It wasn't until I got home and I brought up those photographs that I realized I'd captured 2 condors. One of them had a tag on the wing and one did not, so they do release the condors up here. And I kind of blew it. I did get some good photos of them, but I would have taken probably 200 photos if I'd have realized what I had. It's getting windy up here at the top. Now, here's where you got a little crossroad. If you go right, just right there, about 200 yards, is the monument, just a little metal circle disc that's in a rock that tells you you're at the top of Mount Pinos. We're going to branch over here to the left, because that's the Condor Lookout spot. If you're a lot stronger than me and in better shape, maybe you can backpack your tripod and your equatorial mount and your cameras up here. 8,800 feet, completely dark skies. In fact, the parking lots where everyone sets up their telescopes here, that's how dark it is up here. But go ahead and backpack up here with a telescope. You'd get yourself some pretty incredible shots, I'm sure. This is the end of the Pine Mountain Trail, but you've got this other trailhead that starts right here. Once you get to the top, it's called the Tunamat. I can never say that right. I think it's Tunamat trailhead, and it takes you out that direction. I'll show you in just a second. Right over there is the top of Sawmill Mountain, and Sawmill Mountain is the tallest mountain in Ventura County. So you can get to the top of the highest peak in Ventura and Kern counties in the same trip. Now, if you go out this way, you might want to just go out there and backpack. And I've made a video of that. You can go watch that video. I think it's called Looking for the Milky Way or Backpacking to the Milky Way. And that's a pretty good video. Nobody watches it because nobody watches my videos unless I'm taking astro photos. But if you're here, here's the sign for Vincent Tuamat. And this trailhead then goes down. Let me show you here. This is the Condor Lookout spot. We got a little condor monument there. And then here is the trailhead sign to start you out this direction. And it's a great hike. Man, it was awesome. It was one of my favorite hiking trips. And then if you look out there, you can see we're at the top of a mountain with nothing but views forever. Now, there's really no civilization out that way, so those skies are completely dark for astrophotography. There's really not another town between here and the ocean if you go that direction. So yeah, one day it'd be awesome to be able to come up here, camp with a telescope and a camera, and see what I can capture. Well, that's the end of the trail. It's not a super long hike, it's only a couple miles, but wow, is it worth it. You know, you have the forest, you got the meadows, and you got this great overlook here where you're overlooking forever. So it's a great hike, especially if you love doing birding. All kinds of birds to get. I'm now going to magically reappear at my house where I will talk to you without being out of breath and tell you about the birds I'm going to show you. Alright, I've changed my mind. Instead of heading down, we are going to go to the top. We were just at the Condor Lookout spot, but as you're coming back out, you're going to come to this crossroads right here. Up where my dog is at, that takes you to the top where you can see that satellite or whatever that is up there. If you go down, that takes you back the way we came. We're going to take an alternate route home. I'm going to go up to the top because it's only a couple hundred yards up the road here. So I'll take you up there. I'll show you what the little monument is in the rock that you're going to be looking for, just so you can say you're at the highest spot in Kern County. So let's head up over there. Oh, someone's built a little rock cairn on top of the monument. I feel guilty moving it. Right underneath there is where you're going to find that little circular disc. It'll tell you you're at the top. Now that's the way we're headed. That's a different way than we came, but they join back up at the bottom. We're actually just about a third of the way down. So we're going to be going that way. There's a second monument up here. I'll take you to that, because that one probably doesn't have rocks over it. Yep, there it is. So here you go. That's the little circle disc you'll find in the rock. Kind of tells you you're at the very top. And here's another great view from over here. Out that way is Bakersfield. And it's usually hazy in Bakersfield. Not good air quality at all. But a lot of crops grow there, and out in the distance, those are the Sierra Nevada mountains, which is my favorite place on this planet. We'll be heading up there soon. That's where you're going to find sequoia and Yosemite and all that other good stuff. That's out that way. Okay, now we're really ready to head back down. All right, I've said it before, but this time I mean it. I will see you guys from home, where I will introduce my bird photos to you. This time I'm serious. No, really. This time I'm serious. Well, I'm back, and I did not find any condors this trip. I did find some condors about 4 months ago. I'm going to show you those photos. They're not great photos, but they're condors. Anytime you see condors, it's worth showing you the photos. I did get a picture of a pretty good hawk up there, got some jays, I got some other birds as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and roll that dramatic music and bring in the pictures of the birds that I got today. Man, I'm kind of a liar today. I'm not at home yet. I wanted to show you this pretty cool view coming down the mountain. This is the secret back trail. I probably won't put this in the video because I already told you I was on my way home. So if you do see, this is probably after the video's over and I'm feeling guilty, so I'm throwing it back on there. If you stuck around this long, hey, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time. I'm Bruce Tracy Photography.